Welcome to Mo'olelo, where art, spirit, and creativity meet. I'm Spencer Webster. Today we're going to meet Joe Reilly, a singer-songwriter from Ann Arbor, Michigan. I interviewed Joe last year as he traveled through the Pacific Northwest. Joe invites us to heal ourselves, each other, and the earth through his meaningful music and education. He also inspires us to look beyond ourselves in the wonder of the world. I think you'll come to realize that we all could use more of Joe's music in our lives.
My name's Joe Reilly. I'm from Michigan, right here. Southeast Michigan. I live in Ann Arbor. Actually, I was born in Kalamazoo, Southwest, but I claim the whole state as my homeland. Before I was born, in my mom's womb, she and my dad were both musicians and playing music and singing, and so it's just, I think it's always been part of me. And then I grew up with it, you know, them playing music around the house. My sister also is a musician, so just hearing it always around me, and then being inspired to want to learn it myself. You know, my parents raised me. They're both Catholic, and they both played Catholic folk music. So that's a big part of my heritage, is like realizing that spirituality, that community and music all have an important role to play in someone's life and in the world. Growing up, I was part of the Indian education program in the Kalamazoo Public Schools, and then going to school at University of Michigan in Ann Arbor, I started singing with the intertribal drum group there. When I sang with Treetown, the Native American drum group, I learned that my role in the Native community as a singer is also really important. It's a responsibility that we have to sing for the people, to sing for the earth, to sing for the water, and that songs are like prayers. Like they actually have a role to play, I guess. It's not only for entertainment, you know. Since then, I've worked with a youth program at the Urban Indian Center in Detroit. We have an after-school youth program, so yeah, I stay involved.
Joe's native heritage has been a rich source of creativity and understanding for him and his music.
There are a lot of traditional teachings that remind us to be humble, that it's not all about us. You know, kind of the dominant culture paradigm is about competition, and it's about trying to have power over others or control over others. Whereas in a lot of the native cultures and traditions, it's about working together. It's about looking at the good of the whole, the good of the community. And so trying to live by that, and to find other people in the world, whether they're native or not native, who also espouse those values and work to realize them in our society, that's a big part of what drives me too. Great Lakes have been very influential for me. So one of the world's largest supplies of fresh water surrounds our state. So the idea of being a steward and taking care of the water and the environment has always been with me.
Many children enjoy Joe's music and education during his travels, but he receives as much as he gives.
The kids teach me a lot. I get a lot of reminders of just being in the present moment with them, just being able to play and to have fun. And I guess for me it's important because it helps me to feel like I can contribute to the future generations in a positive way.
I wondered what was most important to Joe regarding his music.
The most important is just like the music itself, and the music itself has an inherent value and meaning, even if there's no words, even if there's no message. But for me, I think being able to express my voice, my worldview, my hopes and aspirations through music, it just helps me. It helps me to feel good, and it helps me to hopefully inspire others and to lift others up and to empower other people to say, yeah, like we can live our dreams, we can help, you know, take care of each other, take care of ourselves, take care of the earth.
For Joe, our relationships with the world and others are intrinsic to who we are.
We're not just these individuals walking around living our own lives, that we're part of this whole greater web of life, you know, that we're part of something much bigger than ourselves, and that we have a responsibility and an important role to play within that. In reality, like, even when we look scientifically, it's about interconnection. It's about our relationships with others. It's about our interdependence. You know, we can't live without water. We can't live without oxygen. It's about my place within the greater ecology. That's a big part of, I guess, what I want my music to say and to do. We can look to the earth, to nature, to remind us that part of myself is right here. You know, like that I'm related to all of this somehow. And when I'm a part of this bigger family, when I realize that, I say, like, man, I have a responsibility, you know, to my younger relatives, but also to the elders, you know, who are kind of passing on the torch, so to speak, and I have to live up to that, and that's a big job. But it also means that I'm not alone in doing that I have a lot of support if I'm willing to ask and to draw on that support.
Music brings clarity to Joe and happiness to children.
It comes from and reaches the heart, and so it's something that goes beyond just intellectual understanding, and it becomes a full experience of heart, of mind, of body, spirit, and it just helps me to feel happy, you know. So if I'm getting too serious, too down, too depressed, because there is a lot to be sad about, to be upset about, to be grieving in the world, music helps lift me back up to a place of hope. And then especially when I get to share music with kids, it's like, it's pretty awesome. You know, it helps me to remember the importance of just pure joy, of just like simple fun and happiness, and helps get me out of my own kind of head a little bit. Yeah. So I can help maybe inspire some kids to care about the earth and care about their families, or care about music, you know, wanting to, maybe they'll become songwriters and kind of continue on the folk music tradition. That's a big aspiration, to use music in a way that helps people be happier and healthier and helps our earth. Like, that's a real gift from, it's not from me, it's from, you know, for me it's from a higher power, and I just am very grateful that I can try to be of service in that way.
Duckweed hiders, berry shrimp and leeches, sunbathing on the pond's beaches. It's biodiversity, and it makes a strong community. With people, plants, and animals, harmony and unity. Biodiversity is nature's university. People, plants, and animals, harmony and unity. Stay with me now. Back. In the forest we heard the skies. Alright. Butterflies like fairies are floating through the skies and prairies. It can be hard to find them in the big and little blue sky. Prairie dock and cornflower are using solar power. It's a place where monarchs feed on what they need. Common milkweed is biodiversity, and it makes a strong community. People, plants, and animals, harmony and unity. Biodiversity is nature's university. People, plants, and animals, harmony and unity. We come from many places. We share the same spaces with the animals, plants, and trees. A diversity of species every ecosystem needs. Bio. 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 Biodiversity. Biodiversity makes a strong community. People, plants, and animals, harmony and unity. Biodiversity is nature's university. People, plants, and animals, harmony and unity. What is it? It's biodiversity.
If you'd like to know more about Joe, his music, or to see when he may be in your area for performances, check out his website, www.joereilly.org. This is Spencer Webster from Mo'olelo. Thank you for watching.